Hey everyone, it's Samantha, and today I want to talk about something that I have not mentioned so far. This is a little bit weird, it's a little bit hippie-tastic. I had my placenta encapsulated. So I know this sounds crazy. So when I gave birth, my doula took the placenta and encapsulated my placenta for me. What she did was she cooked it, she cut it into thin strips, dehydrated it in a dehydrating machine, and then pulverized it into powder and put it into capsules. So hopefully you can see that. If not, I'll take some out and show you guys. I don't want to drop any of them. So that's what they look like. They're just, capsules with powdered placenta inside. So it's a little bit weird. And I actually didn't want to mention this or do this video until I had tested these out for a while and I could give you guys some sort of opinion on them. I've been taking these now for about 6.5 weeks, and I feel like now I can talk about them a little bit and give you guys some information about them. So you can look up the research about them. Some people think that the effects are placebo effects. Some people think there are real effects due to things like iron, vitamins, the hormones in the placenta causing these effects, and others believe it's just the placebo effect. But personally, whether or not it's a placebo effect, I feel like it's still an effect, so I think it still counts, If it still works, even though it's all in your mind, more power to you, It still works. So I was really interested to try this. My doula did the placenta encapsulation for me. It was about, I think it was like $150. It really depends on who's doing it. I'd recommend getting somebody who has experience doing this. And I know some hospitals will give you some trouble if you want to take your placenta home. Mine didn't have a problem with it at all. We just told them before delivering that we wanted to take the placenta, and they bagged it up and kept it cool and let my doula take it with her. So it wasn't a problem at all. Some hospitals make you sign forms, and I've heard some hospitals will give you trouble and try to say you can't take it home. But it is a part of your body and you do have a right to it. So definitely I would argue with them and try to get my placenta if at all possible. In some deliveries, it's not possible for you to take it home due to what kind of drugs that you take. So definitely, that can be a factor too. So just talk with your doctor, talk with your doula. So it took a couple of days for my doula to do this encapsulation. So I didn't have the hormones for the first couple of days. And when she brought it over, I just stuck the little bottle in the fridge and didn't mess with it for a couple of days. So it was about a week after giving birth that I finally started taking these. The first few days after birth I was fine, but once we got home, I started having the weepies like all the time. You guys know, when I was 1 week postpartum, I think is when I did my birth story. I was crying through part of it. I was just weeping at happy things. I was weeping at sad things. I was just a big, huge hormonal mess. That's really common after you give birth. But when I started taking the placenta pills, that totally went away. It was like the same day I started taking these, the weepies totally went away. So I'm a firm believer that they work, because I was really, crying at the drop of a hat. And when I started taking these, I've hardly cried since then. I have cried every once in a while for various things, but overall, like, I feel great. My mood is definitely great. So I think they really help with that. You can also get an energy boost from these supposedly, and I definitely have noticed that too. I do have this little burst of energy, so that might be from the hormones, that might be from the vitamins, it might be from the iron, but I feel really good after taking these. A couple of other effects that people have mentioned that I didn't really notice was it can improve your milk supply, and it can also decrease your bleeding time. You bleed for quite a while after you give birth. I bled for about 5 weeks, and so I don't know if it shortened my time or anything. I don't have any previous births to compare it to, so I don't know if my bleed time was short. For me, I've had oversupply since my milk came in. I still am struggling with that, and we're 7.5 weeks postpartum as of filming this video. So I definitely don't know if these contributed to that, but I am having oversupply, so they might have had something to do with that. I don't know. Overall, to me, it's kind of weird, kind of creepy thinking I'm eating my placenta, but at the same time, it's just a pill that I take and swallow, so it's no big deal. The only thing is, they do smell bad. I do not like the smell, and I've told you guys I'm really sensitive with smells. I don't know if it has to do with me being a migraine sufferer. I feel like I do smell things stronger than a lot of people and react stronger to things, and then after being pregnant, that's just like ramped up so much that these reek to me. So I do have to like plug my nose. I don't have to smell them. But that's a small price to pay to have something that I think is helping. And since I'm a migraine sufferer who is triggered by hormones, I used to have migraines all around my period, like right when I started and right when it ended. I would have migraines because of the hormone shifts. I was really worried about that postpartum hormone drop. I've only had 2 migraine days since she was born. The first one, I had a cluster of 3 little migraines that each lasted a couple of hours. And then the second time I had a migraine, I popped one of these immediately when I started getting the migraine, and it was one of my shortest migraines ever. It wasn't very severe at all. So I took a little nap while Olivia was taking a nap, and I didn't have a migraine anymore. So I definitely think that they help regulate and balance out hormones. I feel like it had a big part in shortening that migraine. And I do get Botox for migraine prevention. I'm getting it next week, so I will hopefully not get any more migraines, but I definitely think that this played a part in me not having very many migraines. It was a chronic migraine sufferer. I got Botox for migraine prevention, and I've been on that for a few years now, and it's helped. I don't hardly ever get migraines anymore, but being pregnant, you can't get Botox for migraine, and you can't really take many medicines. So I haven't had my Botox for migraine prevention in basically a year now, and so I really feel like these helped me not get so migraine-y these last few weeks since she's been born. All in all, I think my experience with placenta encapsulation has been really good. I'm definitely really happy that I did it, and I will continue taking these. Right now I'm still taking 1 a day. I really feel like it's helping. I feel like my mood's great. I feel like I have energy, and I will continue to take 1 a day for a while. I've got a bunch left. My placenta made like 125 capsules, so I think that's pretty good. It really depends on the size of your placenta, how many capsules you'll get. So that's all I really wanted to say about my placenta encapsulation experience. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and weren't too grossed out at this idea. It is very hippie-tastic and very strange, but it's a very popular thing in some other cultures, and it seems to be making a comeback in like the more naturalistic mommy community. So I wanted to give it a try, and I definitely feel like it was worth it. So that is it. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye!